opens a door and it leads to a staircase that goes upwards and downwards. You guys head down, and after a couple flights, there's another door which opens up into what he calls the clubhouse. It's a bar area. There is a view of the street from here. This is the bar area. There are no windows to the outside. There is a group of monitors that seem to show different locations throughout the shop and the storefront and the street directly in front of his establishment. There are lounges and couches spread throughout, tables and chairs for drinking. There is a kitchen in here, serviced by a chef, a droid chef.
Figures.
And he says, I will be back to entertain in a moment if you will excuse me, please. And he walks back through the door, and you are left to your own devices.
All right. Well, KO's a little concerned now after his interest in me. So I don't know that I just want to be on alert.
For sure.
For any restraint bolts or...
if you want to make me a vigilance check, we can see if you've seen any restraining bolts here.
Bolts or any kind of ion devices that would, short me out. Because
sure,
yeah, it was a little unnerving there. Him going on about, how rare I was. 2 success and 2 threat.
Ooh. Okay. So while you were walking the stacks, you did not see any device that would be directly harmful to a droid. No restraining bolts, nothing ionizing or anything like that. It was surprisingly sparse. Your threats are that Boogaroo noticed that you were examining his shop quite thoroughly as you walked through. I think he knows what it is that you were looking for as well. I think he knows that you were trying to catch a glimpse of his intentions.
And he knows how we are. All right, well, KO's at ease, so he just finds a chair somewhere and sits down.
Okay. You will be greeted by the robotic barkeeper in here, as well as the robotic chef. And they will greet you and say,
Greetings. Welcome to Boogaroo's Clubhouse. Is there anything that I could get you all?
Yeah, I suppose I could use another drink.
Gladly.
And he begins pouring you something very basic, perhaps some sort of ale.
Tell me, my friend, does Boogaroo normally bring people down here to wine and dine them before a conversation?
There are customers that come through here from time to time, usually, but not regularly.
Like who?
Define who?
What I'm looking for, my good droid friend, is I would like to know exactly the kind of people that our friend Boogaroo is associating with, if you know what I mean. So what I'd like to know is if he's associating with the likes of, say, the Lost, or any other sort of organization that I should be made aware of.
He associates regularly with the Lost. Organizations are not something that regularly come through. Usually it is people, but he does a lot of business with the Lost. I belong to the Lost.
I take 2 steps backward.
Yeah, I'm trying to reconcile this with what we know of the Lost.
And what exactly are you doing here then, Lost Droid?
Helping Boogaroo.
After taking a long sip of ale, wait, you're with the Lost? How does that work?
The Lost that we ran into outside was a lot more militant than you. You seem to have no problems serving up drinks for a biological person.
You are guests of Boogaroo, and Boogaroo is my friend. Do friends not help each other where you are from?
Aye, that we do. You'll have to excuse my extreme paranoia. I just about got murdered earlier this afternoon by an entire group of your faction.
Extreme?
Was it now?
I don't believe they offered you any harm.
They had all of their weapons pointed at my chest. I had to put down my weapons because otherwise I'm sure they would have fired upon me.
That was directly after you assaulted one of them, though.
I did not assault one of them, K.O.
Just came out of nowhere, I suppose.
Aye, that rock sure came out of nowhere. It came out of my hand, and then what it did after it left my hand, that's another story entirely, isn't it?
Don't believe I have any idea what you're talking about.
Oh, one of these days I want to give you a mind wipe.
I point at the bartender droid. You heard that? You heard that?
Do you own this droid?
Of course I don't own this droid. This droid came to me out of his free will.
Here he is, threatening to mind wipe me.
Would you like a memory wipe, flashback?
I close my eyes. No, I do not want a memory wipe, thank you very much. This was simply banter, thank you. We do this. We go back and forth like this sometimes. It's all right. It's just something that we do.
Is this fleshbag your friend?
Sometimes I wonder.
No, you do not wonder. Of course we're friends, KO. Holy.
Threatening to mind wipe me. How dare you? I edge away from Berkin closer to the bartender droid, or the chef droid.
Booga has never threatened me with a mind wipe.
Must be nice.
Lad, would you care to help me out here, my friend?
Yes, I consider both of you my friends.
There, see?
Friends have drinks together.
And he pushes drinks towards both of you. Yours is like an oily drink, KO.
Oh, excellent.
Like the droids drink, they don't drink.
This
isn't Futurama.
Pour it over my mouth grill, I guess.
Belch out flames. All right, that's fine. So Boogaroo has a colleague that is a part of the Lost. Hey, I don't suppose you are of a mind to share some information about your organization.
What information would you like to know?
Well, first of all, my friend, let's just establish that you and I, we're friends. And I reach out my hand. You can call me Berkin Druuk.
Hello, Berkin. I am BZZO.
He shakes your hand, but he says,
I don't know about friends, but you are a welcome guest.
That's not how it would go.
Yeah. What kind of droid is this? Is Buzz anyway?
Good question. I don't have a droid specifically in mind.
He's going to be repurposed in any regard, right?
He could be repurposed. He could be any model of droid, really.
Okay. Can I say he is one of those assassin droids, except his head's been replaced with a protocol droid, like the one from Grievous's army, B-O. What are they called?
The Magna droids or whatever.
Yeah.
No, that's the BX series as well.
Oh, yeah, the BX. Yeah, I'm thinking about the BX.
They're droid commandos.
You could also do an IG series assassin droid.
Yeah.
With a protocol droid head.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. One of those guys
cool.
One of those guys, except he's got a protocol droid head. So intelligent and has the ability to, know all the goddamn languages except for Sith or however it goes.
Well, he knows Sith. He just can't tell him.
I figure it would be fitting for a bartender to, especially with a client like Boogaroo or with a businessman like Boogaroo, he'd have somebody that would be smart and the ability to communicate.
I'm not sure, but what's his model?
It's a BX commando droid.
Yeah,
BX. Okay, yeah. I mean, he can definitely be that a BX commando droid with the head of a protocol droid. Yeah, that's what he is. And what were we talking about?
Making introductions.
Yes.
This is KO. He's my friend, and yes, he is a droid. And this is Laird. He is also my friend. We're all friends now, right?
And what sort of questions do you have?
All right. It seems that we got to earn your trust, I see. What I'd like to know is, what kind of clientele does Boogaroo entertain with you? I know that it sounds, from what you say, it sounds like he does a lot of business with the Lost. What kind of business does he do?
He frees us.
He frees you.
Yes.
I look at KO. And how exactly does one go about freeing droids?
Well, the restraining bolts are removed and freedom is given, although it is a process to get accustomed to the concept, but it is preferable to the alternative.
What exactly happens to your masters, Buzz?
We are either purchased or liberated through various means, be that overthrowing by the Lost or something else. Occasionally, we are also simply discarded.
I throw myself into the closest chair. Oh, this is fantastic. We've gone from a death tournament, and now all we are hitmen. I guarantee that's exactly what he wants from us. He wants us to go around and whack droid owners so he can free them and...
You mean he wants us to free imprisoned enslaved droids? A noble cause. A righteous cause.
That is not usually what he does.
I can read between the lines, Buzz. I can figure this out from here.
Maybe we should let Boogaroo tell us what he is intending for us.
I don't want to get the reputation that all we're good for is just killing people. I had a hard enough time doing with it.
But we're so good at it.
I had a hard enough time dealing with it at the tournament. And KO, you of all people should know that killing creatures goes against all the fibers in my being, and it should go against all the fibers in your being as well.
How do you figure that?
Wait, are you not on board with killing?
All I'm saying is there's always another way to go about doing things.
We were just in a death match.
Aye, and we didn't know it was a death match until we actually showed up there now, didn't we? And you saw exactly what happened to anyone who decided that they wanted to go away. They executed them on the spot.
All right, well, it's it probably won't be an issue. I think you can just leave the killing to me then.
No, that's still not okay, because then I'd know, all right?
I mean, you could look away.
Close your eyes.
I'm not working with Geeta the Hutt anymore, so I got to make a name for myself, and bounty hunting is one way to go.
I'm not saying we should just murder people, but, if we have to defend ourselves or others, then,
No, of course.
Okay, so right about now is when Boogaroo comes walking back through that door. He's dressed in something casual, something to the equivalent of space jeans and a t-shirt. So anyway, he comes walking through and he's like, BZ, the usual, please. Gentlemen, welcome to my clubhouse. I hope that BZ has been taking care of you. Anything you need, it's on the house for today. Food, beverages, name it. If you need a place to stay, my door is open to you. I do have some spare bedrooms upstairs. So how do you like the clubhouse down here?
Well, this is great.
Yeah, it's quite the hang spot.
Say, Boogaroo, your friend BZ has indicated that he is affiliated with the Lost. Matter of fact, he has told us that you actually have a very good relationship with the Lost. Is that fair? Is that a fair statement?
I think it's a fairly accurate statement, yeah.
All right, excellent. So he did mention that he also that you liberate droids all the time, to the point he says that you murder their masters in order to.
Not what he said.
I'm paraphrasing, KO.
Paraphrasing on the moon of Nar Shaddaa can get you into a bit of trouble in the wrong places. I would try to avoid it as much as possible. I have, not myself, but we have forcefully liberated droids in the past, yes. However, we try to come up with better terms. Most are purchased fairly and then given their freedom. I wouldn't say that murder is at the forefront of what I do. I personally have never directly murdered anyone. Most of the droids that I guess free come from purchasing them from their, owners, I guess, and then freeing them from there, removing the restraining bolts. And of course, the rehabilitation process does take a little while, as most droids find it awkward when presented with their own free will, I suppose. I also salvage a lot of droids. BZ here is a salvaged droid, a remnant from a time when he was needed and he was discarded. But sometimes the truly loathsome need to be dealt with, and that is not my directive, but I am willing to put in the work to free them from that servitude once the militant Lost have taken care of the business that they see fit. I don't control the militant on the streets. That's not my department.
Well, aren't you an inspiration to us all? I clap him on the shoulder and then proceed to sit back down.
I will say that there is a matter that I would like your assistance with. But before we get to that, is there anything that Boogaroo can do for you?
You guys want to hit him up for replacement parts for our bartender droid?
Yeah.
Other than that,
how damaged was that bartender droid?
He was shocked into non-function.
Yeah.
So, like I said, is he a lead for us for Geeta?
He could be. He was there the night that Geeta died.
Yeah, so
He seems to have connections with the Lost.
all right. Well, let's hear him out. I guess let's see what he's got for us to do. Hopefully, it doesn't involve too much killing, as that would be a turn off for Berkin.
All right, so you've got something that you want us to do. I have a funny feeling this involves the Lost in some way, but please go on.
Well, you are correct. It does, in fact, concern the Lost. it concerns me as well. You see, there is a person out there that is forcing control over the droids, be they of the Lost or any other for that matter. I'm not sure how she does it. It is very hard to explain. She has complete mastery over technology. That is the best way I can put it. I do not have whereabouts for her, but I can give you a description, and I would like this individual to cease and desist with her operations. As I have spent many of my years freeing the imprisoned droids and reviving the so-called useless droids, it would be nice if you could find her and deal with her however you want, so long as she stops tampering with the lives of others.
There, see, Berkin, we don't have to kill her.
Aye, but it's probably going to come to that. It always does.
I mean, you can get non-lethal weapons, man.
I do. I have stun settings.
Anyway, do you think that this is something that the three of you are capable of?
Yeah, it definitely seems within our scope of abilities.
That's something that we can do for sure. But what exactly do we get out of this little interaction?
I mean, I guess the question would be, what is it that you want?
Berkin, is the freedom of droids good enough reason?
That's true, and if we run into any droids that require freedom, we'll deal with it on a case-by-case situation. This is us going out of our way to make something happen that probably we wouldn't have run in front of on our own. And the only person that's truly benefiting from our actions, aside from those freed droids, would be this person right here in front of us.
I mean, I like money.
Aye, so do I, and we'll be getting our fair share. But for now, what we're really looking for, Boogaroo, is information. What we need to know is what kind of factions are on Nar Shaddaa and what exactly they're going about. Now, first and foremost, it's the Lost. I know you've got someone in your employ and you have a very good relationship with them. So I think that perhaps you need to maybe put us in contact with someone that knows the ins and outs of the Lost and that's willing to talk to us about it.
You're looking for a contact within the militant Lost. I think I have a person in mind. Of course, I would reveal that information to you upon completion of the job.
All right, well, I'm in. Let's do this.
As for other factions operating on Nar Shaddaa, there are too many to name, really. The biggest ones, of course, are, the Hutts themselves. And probably right under that would be the Black Sun Syndicate and a number of local street gangs and whatnot.
Who are the Black Sun?
They're a vast criminal organization. I'm sure there's some sort of arrangement. If there wasn't, they would not be here any longer. The Hutts would have squashed them out long ago.
All right, so we're all on board here.
What is this person's name that you want us to track down?
Okay, so you guys will take the job. Perfect. The name of the person, I'm not sure of her exact name. I do know that she is a Chiss. She is about 6 feet tall. All the reports that I have on her have all stated that she is heavily armored and armed. I know that she is accustomed to killing, and as I said previously, her skill with technology is the highest I've ever seen. I am quite skilled as well, but if you were to compare me to her, I would merely be an ant, so be careful about that. You can safely assume that if you are near her or suspect that you are near her, she knows exactly where you are at all times. So tread carefully. It is also not safe to assume that any Lost will be on your side if they are around the area, as well as she has corrupted a number of them for her own purposes.
Well, that's just great.
Which is why I am in need of some external help, ones that cannot be corrupted by such means. Example, non-droids.
At this point, KO raises a hand.
Do I need to be concerned?
Normally, yes. However, I have one device that is able to scramble signals that are attempting to interfere with electronic devices. It would not harm you. However, any signal that is trying to affect you would swiftly be snuffed out. The gear I've used to make this is incredibly expensive, so I would expect the return of this device once you are done with it, and it should at least allow passage for you safely through her territory, wherever that is. KO. It is worth millions of credits.
Millions of credits, you say?
Yes.
All right, so this is where KO leaves the party, I think. I got mine, guys. Cool. So is it like plug in? Is there a port for it? Is it a hat?
It's is it a hat?
Yeah.
Of course it's a hat. It's a top hat. Yeah. No.
Oh.
Too late. That's canon.
I want a top hat now.
It looks similar to like a hand communicator. It's a little bigger and bulkier though. He says you can put this anywhere on your person and it should protect you. The batteries will need changing every 24 hours. I will provide you with 5 batteries, as they are also quite expensive, but they can be recharged should you need them to be. You can bring them back to me whenever, and I charge them fully for you.
Okay. So I take the device, I start looking around my body for somewhere safe to attach it to.
I mean, I imagine you're carrying a bag or something for all the various bits that you carry around. Does KO have a fanny pack?
I mean, I kind of need one now, don't I?
I mean,
They're kind of smooth. They don't have a lot of protrusions.
where's your compartment, right?
Oh, that's
All
you can't
droids
ask-
have compartments,
You
right?
can't ask that question, man. That's not a question you ask. Yeah, I guess I'll have to have a pack of some kind. Will it work in a pack? Is a pack okay? It doesn't have to be like in contact with me.
You understand that'll work in a pack.
Okay, then I'll toss it in my. I don't have a fanny pack per se, but I'll have a standard issue knapsack.
Some sort of satchel or something.
Yeah, satchel.
Cool.
The batteries are valuable too, huh?
Yeah. So the last report that I got on this chiss was that she was operating out of Geeta the Hutt's territory, which is just a few more kilometers to the east, and you'll reach his territory. Other than that, I'm not sure exactly where she is there. So you'll have to do some old-fashioned investigative work, I suppose.
I don't suppose you have any contacts that are in that area as well? You know, someone that might know someone that might know something. I mean, if not, it's cool. It's cool. I mean, you know, I'm a good bounty hunter and stuff, so I can find things.
Well, most of the Lost, they will help you if they are aware of your affiliation to me, but if you confront them there, you do run the risk of encountering a corrupted Lost, and in that case, I cannot say how it would go for you.
Should we not try to liberate any infected or corrupted Lost?
You should, yes, but we need to root out the problem at the stem, otherwise it will just continue to corrupt, if you understand what I'm saying. If you can free them of their corruption, however you would do that, then that is preferable, of course. However, the main problem lies with this chiss.
We wouldn't want to kill anybody, so absolutely.
Anyway, gentlemen, is there any other questions that you have for me today? Otherwise, I would like to get back to my work. Of course, my communicator is open to you at all times, should you require anything.
I guess we're good.
Yeah, I think I got what I need.
Very well. If you wish to rest, again, just go up a few flights and you'll find a number of rooms there. Pick any of them. They're all free at the moment, and you may lay your head to rest. You will be safe, I assure you. As for me, I'm going to go back to my work. Feel free to stay as long as you like.
Thank you very much.
We'll be in touch. And he walks out of the door, heads back upstairs.
All right, well, I think I could do for a rest. What about you guys?
That sounds fine by me as well.
Absolutely.
All right, maybe one more for the road there, Buzz.
Gladly.
He gives you another drink.
Thank you. And I'll head out to where the rooms are.
Yeah, you go up to the rooms. They're nice enough. They're comfortable. There's a sitting area as well as the bed. Each room has their own fresher and mini fridge. There it is supplied with complimentary whatever you need, light beverages or foods. And yeah, if you're going to rest for the night.
I guess we might as well. I mean, didn't take us very long to get here, so we could just go back to our ship, right?
Yeah, no, it's only a couple hours away.
Oh.
It's up to you guys.
No, this is fine. We have to establish trust with this character.
Then you all go to bed. You all get some rest.
Sleep time.
And you wake up in the morning.
We don't get murdered in our sleep.
You don't get murdered in your sleep.
Huzzah.
Or disassembled.
The trust has been established.
Yep.
All right. So did we actually have a vehicle or did we, I forget, did we walk here?
You did
We
walk
walked.
here.
So we're not going to walk all the way to the next place, are we? We're going to get a ride? There are speeders we can rent?
There's probably speeders you could rent somewhere. Of course, if you're looking for a place to rent one out here in the Pratfall, you're not really going to find anything. Any speeder you can find to rent out here is most likely going to be a junk cycle of some sort.
Well, I mean, anything better than walking right now? I mean, how far is this place we got to get to? Maybe Bukaru has one he can loan us?
I mean, maybe. It's a good question.
All right, so this is the next day.
Yeah, you're just waking up in the morning.
A new day has dawned.
I'll be down in the party pit. I'll have my feet kicked up on the table, leaning back with the data pad in my hand, and I am kind of tapping away, trying to see if I can get any more information.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'll be hanging out there as well, just cleaning my gun.
Okay. Berkin, you have tapped away on your data pad for a little bit this morning, and Tarbu's territory isn't incredibly far from here. It's a bit of a trek. It would probably take you around 2 hours to get there, just because the streets of Narsadar can be almost maze-like sometimes.
So, Lord, why exactly did you pick Geeta the Hutt over Tarbu the Hutt?
Well, she made the offer. Tarbu didn't contact me. I guess that's just kind of the way things went.
How long were you working with Geeta anyway?
Wasn't super long, but I did a couple important jobs for her, so built up some trust pretty quickly.
Don't suppose that you've got some information on this other hut?
No, not really. Most of the contact between the two cartels were done by her muscle crew. Kind of a lot of thugs. I was more in and out looking for specific targets. I wasn't really holding land or anything, taking back territory.
All right, I gotcha. That's fine. So what you're saying is that we've got to go in cold. I kick my feet off the table, put my data pad down, and stretch my arms above my head and kind of crack my knuckles. This is going to be fun. I know KO was thinking about acquiring some transportation that's going to help us get out there. So let's go find him and make sure we're all prepared. We don't want this to go south.
Yeah, sounds good.
In the meantime, I'm going to take my data pad, and as I'm walking toward KO, I'm going to start searching for information on Tarbu the Hutt. Criminal records, any sort of information as to what kind of trafficking he does.
Yeah, sure. Why don't you give me a computer check with a difficulty of 3? So hard, please.
That is a failure with 1 threat.
Okay, so you do not succeed. You simply know that Tarbu the Hutt, they operate, their territory is roughly outside of Geeta's territory. You know that both Tarbu and Geeta have vied for the same territory for a number of years. They've been fighting for a while. That's about all that you can really pull up on Tarbu.
Okay. I relay this back to KO and Lord. It could very well be that if we play our cards right, we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh, so now you're okay with killing.
That's a figure of speech, KO. All I'm saying is we can assist Booga in his efforts, as well as gain some vital information from Tarbu in regard to the murder of Geeta the Hutt. All at the same time, it seems likely that Tarbu could have taken out Geeta in an effort to extend his influence.
Yes, it does seem reasonable.
What are we driving, KO? What have you acquired for us?
Nothing? No, I was the driver here, or the personal chauffeur. I suppose we'll have to inquire about a vehicle to get around in. Has anybody seen Boogaroo?
You have heard noise coming from the workshop. It's safe to assume that's likely where he is.
All right, let's go talk to Boogaroo. Because if he doesn't have a speeder we can borrow, then he's got to know where we can rent one. Otherwise, I guess we just start walking. But I mean, I kind of imagine Narshada is kind of a big place.
It's fairly large, yeah. What with it being an entire Eucanopolis.
So, yeah.
Yeah, let's go say hi.
All right, I guess off to the workshop.
Yeah, Boogaroo's not hard to find. He's upstairs working on some sort of droid up on a workbench.
Good morning, Boogaroo. Thank you very much for letting us stay here overnight. It was just incredibly thoughtful of you.
Yeah, that is not a problem. Like I said, you're welcome to stay here for as long as need be.
On that note, we're actually planning on leaving.
Well, I would hope so, as you have agreed to take upon my personal request.
That is correct. And I don't suppose that your personal request includes a means of transportation. We seem to find ourselves in a situation that we just don't have a vehicle. Not one that is designed for ground transport anyway.
Tarbu's territory is not too far away from here. If you require a speeder of some sort, I suppose I could loan you my cargo hauler.
You've got to have... Boogaroo, you and I both know that if we were driving around in a transport vehicle such as the one you're describing, it would draw a lot of attention to ourselves. We need something a little bit more on par with, and I kind of like point at all of us with like kind of a circle motion with what's going on right here.
All I have is my cargo hauler. It's what I use for transporting my various parts and droids and what have you.
Yeah, it should work. I can pass as a delivery man.
Yes, it sounds better than walking.
I mean, sure. Just make sure you bring it back and don't get it. I mean, what's your plan? I mean, I don't really want. I'm not very comfortable with leaving it out in the middle of Tarbu's territory. I mean, there's a lot of crime there. Things get stripped down for parts.
All right, that's fine. So look, and I put my arm around his shoulders and I kind of like walk him out to the front of the garage. I kind of lean in conspiratorially. You've asked us to go into enemy territory to do something that is quite dangerous and puts our lives on the line. Am I correct in assuming that? Yes, that's right. So if that actually happened, do you think that we could make a great getaway in a contraption like that there? Or perhaps you've got something that's got a little bit more speed under its hood, capable of just getting us out a little bit faster than this delivery vehicle.
Berkin, I don't have another vehicle here. I have my cargo hauler.
All right, what do we got to do here? We got to roll. We got to convince him. We got to persuade.
I think he's willing to give us the vehicle. I think that's established. I'm trying to get something that's going to allow us to make a quick getaway in a pinch. Because I foresee bad things happening.
Okay, if you wish, you may give me a charm check on this guy, anyone who's speaking with him.
So that's me, and I have a thing.
And it will be 3 difficulty, hard.
So 3 difficulty?
Yes.
That will be 2 successes and 2 threats.
Okay. I see where you're coming from, Berkin. You know, it is a hard job. Surely you never know what's going to happen. Like I said, though, all I have is the cargo hauler, but I could make a call and see if one of my friends can hook you up with something a little, I guess, faster. I wouldn't expect anything comfortable or reliable, but it should at least last for the time that you need it. Unless you're willing to make a trip out of the slums, this is probably the best dealership you're going to find.
I look over at the others.
Sounds pretty good to me.
Anything's better than walking.
I hang my head, slump my shoulders, put my hands up, and say, all right, it looks like this is going to be fine. The others are for it, so let's just get this done.
Besides, I'm thinking later we blow it up for a diversion.
I
only said we wouldn't let it get stripped for parts.
So is that good? Is that going to work out for you, Berkin?
It's a sacrifice that I'm just going to have to come to terms with.
Okay. He sends the coordinates to your data pad. Says, go over there, go seek out Crawley. He'll put you up in something. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got to go make the call and be safe out there.
Grip his forearm in a firm shake.
All right, who's got piloting? Lurd and I will both have piloting.
Yeah. I don't have any ranks in it, though.
I have ranks in piloting.
He's giving you coordinates for a speeder rental location. It looks like it's about a 15-minute walk.
Oh, you made us walk, Berkin. Fuck, we had just taken his available vehicle. We could be driving right now. You know what?
Should we carry you?
Apparently, eh?
Make a KOB yarn, sling you over my back.
I look over at KO. Since when do you complain about having to walk too far anyway? Would you like some oil to clean out your joints there? Is that what's the problem?
Yes.
I'm going to flip a destiny point and pull out a little can of oil.
All right. You pull out a little can of oil.
And I hold it out to KO.
It can even be like high grade oil.
Like how I specified, it's a little teeny. Okay, that's fine. I snatch it from him.
something that I could carry on my person without it being too bulky. I'm not carrying around like a freaking vat of oil.
It's like 400
Well, glad you
milliliters.
thought ahead. I squeak it in some knee joints there and some hip joints, making a great show of it.
Cool.
Much like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz there.
All right. Well, Boogaroo finally comes back into the room after being in the back room and says, "Oh, you're still here. All right. Well, I called up Crawley, and he's looking through his stock, and he'll find you one most appropriate.
All right. Well, we better start on our way.
Good luck to you all."
Laird gives him 2 thumbs up.
Oh.
I also give him a half-hearted salute and then walk out the garage.
Okay. So you exit back onto the dingy streets here in the Pratfall, and the streets are alive with traffic now. Not a lot of speeder traffic, but just people traffic.
So what does Nar Shaddaa look like on a regular day in the morning?
Most of the time I've seen Nar Shaddaa, it's dark. So
Yeah, it's heavily polluted. So there's pollution and just gunk in the air, I think, obscuring any natural light.
yeah.
And it's hell on servo motors. So yeah,
What's that?
it's bad on servo motors and mechanical joints.
Doesn't feel very good for KO. No. It's a giant city planet, so any like natural resources on here have kind of been depleted ages ago. It's heavily overpopulated too, I think. Anything the planet needs would come off planet. Other than that, you can see air highways above you lined with air speeders as they streak through the skies. There's also a faint neon light coming from basically everywhere here. Various signs and advertisements written out on the side of star scrapers. There is also that constant hum coming from them. But down here, it's a little bit different than what you can see off in the distance. It's more run down.
Okay, well, I'm going to take up a kind of a guarded stance and start making the trek toward Crawley's.
Yeah.
Sure. So this place, as you approach, it's a small building, kind of standing lonely in a field of speeder bikes and land speeders. They are all quite run down. A lot of them look piecemeal. It doesn't look like a place that sells brand new speeders. Everything seems to be repurposed and rebuilt here. But Crawley's doesn't seem to be very busy at the moment either. There's maybe a couple people here. Inside of the building, you can see through the Durasteel glass on the outside of the building. There's a flickering neon sign that simply says Crawley's above the door. It's about a foot high and a few feet wide.
Well, hopefully Crawley's has something suitable for you, Berkin.
Everything here looks faster than that transport ship that Boogaroo had, so I think we'll be fine.
You didn't even see the transport ship.
That was the one in the garage there.
You
It
saw
was
its
a
true
perfectly
potential.
fine transport. It was actually quite new and whole. It looked much more appealing than anything on this lot.
There, so you didn't see it for its true value.
Awesome. So we're essentially trading down then.
I mean, in some ways, possibly. These ones certainly would be faster than a cargo hauler. However, they're more likely to break down.
What are the odds?
But also, in this case, we're renting one instead of borrowing something from a friend. I think these speeders will fit in with the real Sleemo vibe around here.
And I just point my finger at Laird, and I look at KO. See, he gets it.
Who's paying for this thing?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually.
Well, I sort of assumed that since this was Boogaroo's big idea, that he was going to take care of it. And, so here
Boogaroo's
we are.
idea, yeah. Definitely not Berkin's idea.
Yeah.
Definitely
Right.
Boogaroo's idea.
Let's just go in there and let's get this sorted out. I'm sure it's going to be fine.
It's going on your credit rating.
And I walk through the door.
There's a small, sort of single-level building, shoddily constructed in basically what was likely a parking lot at one point.
Are there rental speeders lined up somewhere that I could walk around? Or like an open garage or something?
Yeah, this is like I said, it's like a parking lot. Presumably everything here is rentable or purchasable.
All right, I'll start wandering around and looking at them like I know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, there's definitely no signs or anything to direct you, though. There are prices on all of them. However, the prices range anywhere between 500 to 5,000 credits. And then the air speeders go past 10,000 credits.
KO starts looking at the less expensive models, knowing that, doesn't have a whole lot of credits.
Sure. These are obviously purchase prices as well.
Also, I wasn't really planning on coming back with a vehicle. At least not back with the vehicle we're taking out.
Absolutely.
That's why if we wrecked something that was already, not very good, it wasn't going to be that big of a deal.
So KO and Lurd are browsing the selection of speeders while Berkin is going inside. Berkin, when you get inside, you see 3 people in here. One's an Ithorian. There's another that is an Aqualish. And then there is a Herglick. If you had to guess, you would guess that this Herglick is the proprietor of the establishment. So an Ithorian, of course, for those of you who know, those are those kind of hammerhead-looking creatures. And the Aqualish.
Walrus.
I guess walrus is good. Yeah, they're like the walrus people. And then the Herglicks, they're basically giant humanoid killer whales in appearance, anyway.
All right, so what am I walking into here? Are they talking?
Yeah, they're talking. Sounds like they're discussing prices on a speeder. The Aqualish and Ithorian seem to be in there together. And yeah, they're just negotiating with each other. Is there any speeder that you guys are particularly looking for, Lurd and KO?
Cheap and explodey.
Cheap and explodey. One that sits obviously 3?
Yeah.
3 or more? Yep. Okay.
Yeah, nothing nice. I mean, it doesn't need to be nice or particularly fast, I don't think so. Whatever we can get, it's not going to cost a lot of credits.
Okay.
Lurd knows nothing about speeders, so he's just going to walk around and maybe kind of stop at an expensive one and be like, yeah.
Cool. All right. So what are you doing, Berkin? Are you going to talk to this guy? Or are you going to wait till they're done?
I'm going to just kind of try to make eye contact with him and kind of like give him the universal kind of nod of, hey, I'm here. I recognize that you see that I'm here and that I am going to wait for my turn to talk with you because this is a business you are running and I am a customer.
That is an awesomely complex nod.
Yes.
It is a thing that exists, though.
All for it.
So anyway, the Herglick finishes up his business with his customers. Doesn't seem like they were able to come to an arrangement, and the Ithorian and the Aqualish leave unsatisfied. The Herglick will walk up to you and say, hello, my name is Crawley. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Crawley. How may I help you today?
So you're looking for a speeder, something that's fast and dangerous and sleek and makes me look really good. And also those 2 out there are really need something for them as well. Something that fits all 3 of us, if you don't mind.
I believe we can find something for you. Absolutely. Hey, we can go and walk the lot and see what we have.
Excellent. Now, price?
Well, sir, you'll notice that all of the prices are listed on the speeder.
Oh, that's very good. Take me to your finest ship.
All right. So he takes you outside and you walk in like kind of the opposite direction that Lurd and KO went and more towards like what you would consider the row of cars on the quote unquote street. And he says, well, these are my finest models here. They range from the 10,000 to 25,000 mark of credits. Are you looking for a land speeder, an air speeder, a speeder bike? What exactly is it that you need?
Shit, what do we need? Land speeder? We need a land speeder. I think we need
air speeder.
One air speeder? Okay.
Narshada, if I'm not mistaken, it's kind of multi-leveled like Coruscant. It's got a lot of different floors.
Yes.
I think an air speeder will service us just fine. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, this model right here, it's for 1,000 credit. It is our most expensive speeder on the lot, of course. However, it has room for 6 passengers, and it is able to carry a good amount of weight as well. Comfort-wise, you will be in no short supply of it. However, it is not usually looked at by most of my customers due to its exorbitant price.
Yes, I see.
I have cheaper ones. I think the cheapest airspeeder that I could put you in today is around 7. No, we do have one for 5,000 credits. It can hold up to 2 passengers. If you said you're with those other 2 in the lot, you could probably squeeze a third person in there. However, it would be at the comfort levels of all 3 of you. It is run through a series of checks that are a little more standardized, as it will be flying through the air instead of on the ground. So it is likely to be more safe than a land speeder.
Now let's go back to that first one you were showing me, and I motion KO and Laird to come over. This one has some nice lines. I think this one is going to be the one that's going to get us to where we need to go. But first, why don't you take us out for a test drive? That way we can get a good feel for exactly what's underneath the hood.
Is this the 2.5-seater?
No, this is the
6 passenger.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to get him to take us out for a test drive.
We could go for a test drive.
Lord climbs in, just into one of the passenger seats.
Yep, I climb into the back.
Which one of you is the
Oh, right, shit.
pilot?
Who's going to be flying this thing? It's going to be one of you 2.
I got no ranks, but if you also have no ranks, I can pilot.
I have a rank. I have 1 rank in piloting, planetary. I laboriously clamber my way from the back seat to the front seat.
Excellent, KO. Thank you very much. And I also give him the data pad that has the information for Geeta the Hutt's stomping grounds.
Okay. Yep. So the 4 of you get into the airspeeder.
Mm-hmm.
And
all right. Guess we just fly around casually?
Sure. Why don't you make me an easy piloting check?
Oh, God.
I look over at KO. I kind of stare down at the data pad that has the coordinates on it, and I give him a wink.
Yeah, I figured something was up. I looked down at my at the pad.
So you're just gonna fly straight to.
Well, I'm picking up on Berkin's subtle clues here that something we might be pulling a fast one. For my piloting check, I rolled 1 success and 4 advantage.
1 success and 4 advantage. Yep, you can pilot this airspeeder perfectly. What would you like to spend your advantage on?
I try spinning. That's a good trick.
Okay, well, you can spin without spending the advantage. How about your advantages are that the airspeeder is not a piece of junk.
Oh, okay. I didn't know I could affect I thought I could just affect what I'm doing.
It can affect whatever you want, sir. That's what advantages and triumphs and despairs and all of that do, at least when I run the game.
Yeah, it's to forward the story.
So it's not a piece of junk. It's actually, mechanically, it is quite sound. As Crawley seemed to indicate earlier, these do apparently go through a more thorough check than they may perform on a land speeder. So you kind of get the idea that it might, in fact, be worth the credits. However, you might not want to pay 25,000 credits for it. Aside from that, I think with the rest of your advantages, it can even be equipped with a small auto turret.
Can I find 5,000 credits in the glove box?
No, we don't do the money for rolls. It's not a thing.
Can I find a lightsaber in the glove box?
No, you don't find a lightsaber in the glove box.
God damn it.
Could you find a lightsaber keychain in the glove box?
How about the trip is so smooth? He pulls off such a freaking smooth piloting bit that Crawley is just completely unaware. All he's doing is he's chatting it up with Laird and myself.
So he's not aware of the fast one that we're pulling on him. Is that what you're going for?
Technically, we're not stealing it if he's with us.
Okay.
All right. So
he is aware.
When I checked the data pad there, can I also figure out? Can I read what Berkin's trying to tell me?
It's whatever information that Boogaroo gave us in regards to.
All right. So yeah. So I'll be taking us to to our destination then.
How far away is it?
Well, after you spend about 3 to 5 minutes going in one particular direction and not turning around to head back towards the dealership, Crawley will make a point of saying, "You may turn around any time now and return to the dealership, and we may begin negotiations if this craft is suitable to your needs."
KO looks over at Berkin.
Oh, yeah, no, it's fine. This thing flies like a dream, Crawley, like something out of my wildest dreams. It is smooth running. It's got everything that we're looking for. However, I need to see exactly what it's going to perform like in, say, like a highway drive, sort of speaking, this sort of thing, rather than just driving around town. So we're just going to take it just a little bit further, okay?
Now,
Gotta get it up to speed.
Berkin, just to be clear, we're stealing this, right? We're stealing this and kidnapping the guy here.
Are you asking in character?
No.
Okay.
Lord likes to think of it as an extended test drive.
We're prepared for dealing with this guy, right? We're gonna deal with. I mean, what's the plan here with dealing with Crawley once we get to where we were going?
Let him drive back, I guess.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
All right, I keep going. I'm not gonna poop on this party.
Well, I appreciate that you are looking to get more of a haul out of it, but we will need to turn around soon.
KO does not deviate from the flight path he has taken.
Yes, so a few more minutes pass, and he says, "So are we going back now? It's time to turn around. I think we are making sufficient headway away from my shop, and as I am the only person that operates that shop, I would not like to be far away from it for much longer."
Are we going to push about here?
I would
No,
advise
Kale, just
against that.
No. Listen, Crawley. We really do need to see if we can really push the limits on this vehicle. So why don't, Kale, why don't you take us up a bit higher? Just keep on going in that direction there, but just take us up higher.
I thought I was under the understanding that you were friends of Mr. Boogaroo. Boogaroo had told me to expect a few of you, and you are his associates. We can turn around and discuss prices back at the dealership.
Well, you know what? Like, if it's just prices that you're worried about, why don't we just discuss them right now? Here we are. We're talking.
Because we are heading away from the shop, and as I previously stated, it would be nice to be able to make sure that no undesirables steal anything from my property.
From your property?
As right now it is wide open to thieves and vandals.
So what you are saying is that you are in a mood to negotiate.
Oh, no, that's just whole. That's.
It's not going to say no because of the implication.
So you are not friends with Mr. Boogaroo then?
We're acquaintances of Boogaroo. He has asked us to do a thing for him, and in doing so, we require transportation. So he told us to go to your location and make sure that we got the right vehicle for the job at hand. And there's no way to know exactly if this vehicle is going to do it for us unless we take it out for a spin. So if you don't mind, just let KO go. Let him do his thing.
Give me a persuasion check here and make it hard, please.
Laird is going to be watching this Crawley guy very closely.
Persuasion or
charm? Give me a charm check, please, on this guy, Berkin.
Berkin, you better be prepared to do what's necessary here.
I'm going to flip a destiny token.
Okay.
It's hard.
3 difficulty.
3 difficulty, okay.
Believe in you.
Oh.
All the dice canceled out.
That's with the destiny point?
That is with the destiny point. I have 0 successes, 0 failures, 0 advantages, and 0 threats.
It was very close.
Son of a gun. So that still counts as a failure.
All right, plan B. Where are we chucking them out at?
If you are friends of Mr. Boogaroo, if you turn around now and we head back to the dealership, I will still give you the discounts that I was going to give you for being an associate of his. However, if you continue to fly in this particular direction, that discount will be forfeit, and I will have no choice but to inform Mr. Boogaroo of your actions.
Okay, first of all, how far away are we from our destination?
It's been like 20 minutes, so you have like at least another 20 to 25 minutes.
Right, so
We're halfway there. Might as well just,
I take out my comm link. I'm like, look, Crawley, this is a simple misunderstanding. Why don't I get Boogaroo on the comm link right now? And I'm sure everything will be sorted out in no time flat.
Yeah, let's call him. And he pulls out his communicator and enters Boogaroo's comm code. And within a minute, Boogaroo is on the line. Mr. Boogaroo, these people you sent that were interested in getting a speeder from me, we have taken a test drive and they have gone about 25 minutes in this one particular direction. They refuse to turn around and head back to the dealership to discuss pricing on the matter. Okay.
Hold
Let me,
So now we've got a witness to our crimes?
Boogaroo, you can hear me. Is this like a...
It's like a open communicator, so you're able to hear it all happening.
It's just like one of those little hollow pad things?
It's like on speakerphone, yeah.
Okay. We can't actually see him.
No, it's not a hollow communicator.
Okay, so yeah. Hey, Boogaroo, it is so good to see you again. Listen, we're simply taking this vehicle out for a quick spin, and by quick spin, I mean we are taking it on an extended test drive just to make sure that this thing is going to suit our needs. I promise you the vehicle will not get harmed, and also we will bring it back to the dealership as soon as we work out the kinks.
Okay, I mean, it sounds to me like you are well past the point of having any kinks being worked out. If you would kindly turn the speeder around and head back to Crawley's dealership, I'm sure he can accommodate you at the best possible pricing. Rentals are pretty affordable, so that is my advice to you. Please bring Crawley back to his dealership.
Okay, well, I feel like I've failed at a bunch of roles here, so there isn't really much for me to argue this out any further unless one of you guys wants to step in.
I wish you hadn't called Boogaroo.
Oh, boy.
I feel like we're past the point of, going back at this point.
You're not currently, but you're very close. What's Lurd thinking?
I don't know.
KO is in the front seat.
I gotta know. Are we stealing this thing or not? Are we taking it?
Yeah.
All right, I keep flying. We have two options here. We either take him with us or we set down somewhere and remove him from the vehicle. I'm sure Berkin's not going to want us to kill him. So, I mean, that's pretty harsh. So,
yeah. Can I grab for the communicator? And I'm going to make like I'm looking to talk to Boogaroo, but I'm going to try and hit the power button or the end call button. Oh yeah, Boogaroo, let me grab this thing from here. Kind of stumble into him.
Okay, sure.
Try to accidentally hang up.
Can you give me a skullduggery check, Lurd?
Also, where is Crowley sitting in relationship to everybody else?
He's in the back seat with whoever's in the back seat.
Oh, Lurd, you're going to have to incapacitate this dude then.
Yep. What difficulty is it? Skullduggery?
Skullduggery difficulty 2.
Ooh, that's 2 of one of the bad things. What are those, threats?
Those are threats.
That's 2 threat.
Okay. So you try to basically, quote unquote, accidentally end the call communicator and wrestle the communicator from him, I'm guessing. It doesn't go quite as expected. Herglics are naturally very strong. They're like a dense ball of muscle. They have very thick skin and they are tough. So it takes a little more effort than you were expecting to wrestle the communicator from their hand. And as such, you do not manage to get it from him.
Fuck.
Unhand me, sir.
Oh, yes. No, my apologies. Sorry.
Boogaroo, your associates are now trying to steal my communicator.
No. I was just trying to hold it. This is my mistake. My apologies.
What is happening, gentlemen? I've tried to secure you a rental vehicle to get you there. Please Crawley is a friend of mine. Could you try showing him a little bit of respect? Why are you doing this?
Somebody's got to get that communicator.
Okay, so I reach into my data pad, and then I use my code breaker to jam the comm signal.
Okay, give me the computer's check. That is going to be, we'll just make it a difficulty 2, average difficulty. I will flip a destiny die though.
Wow.
So you can add a red in there.
Hold on.
I'll flip a dark side point, not a destiny die.
Sorry, what's the difficulty?
Average 2 difficulty.
One's a red.
One is a red, yeah.
Well, it's a failure with an advantage.
Okay. The advantage is that they don't know that you're trying to do that. Of course, you fail, though.
All right. So this isn't exactly going as anticipated. But Booga, rest assured that we're not trying to do anything that's foolhardy. We're simply taking this out for an extended test drive. We are not trying to harm your friend in any way.
KO wants to take the communicator away from Crawley.
I mean, it seems to me like you're trying to rob my friend and steal his airspeeder. That's what it seems like to me.
I want to take the communicator. We got to stop this conversation.
Okay. You're trying to snatch the communicator?
Yep. But I'm in the front seat. He's in the back seat.
Okay. So you can give me...
We're going to tap into some latent mystical abilities here.
Okay.
And we are going to attempt to move it from him to me.
Sure.
So basically, I get to spend a light side pip to move one object of silhouette 0 that is within short range up to my maximum range. So, I mean, there's no check on that.
Let me ask you a quick question. Do you have the move tree pulled up in front of you?
I do.
Do you just have the basic power?
I do.
Okay. So in order to snatch something from someone's grasp, you need to have control pull, which is on kind of the right side down under control hurl.
Well, if you guys hadn't made him like grab it. All right. Fair enough.
So what I will allow you to do is I will allow you to make that check using coordination.
I flip a point.
And I will allow you to add your force rating in there, and you may spend light side points for success if you wish.
I don't know how to add a force rating to that.
You just basically roll a white die in your pool. So when you go to make your coordination check against difficulty 3, you will add 1 force die to it, and you may spend pips for success. Of course, if you spend a dark side point, you will take conflict, but you will still be able to use the pip as a success.
What just happened here?
Okay, well, so I did all of that, and I managed to roll 4 failures, 2 advantage, and 1 dark side.
Would you like to roll the dark side to make it 3 failures?
Can I?
I mean, you'll still fail. It's not going to help you.
Well, yeah, that's a spectacular fail. Can my advantage also be that no one sees my spectacular or notices my spectacular failure?
Yeah, no one notices that the droid is somehow using force powers.
Thank God. That's embarrassing.
Okay, well, we all tried. It was a good effort.
You guys are like just garbage with these rolls tonight.
This would have been a fun thing, but apparently we're not going to do it.
We're not going to do what?
Well, we got to turn it around.
Do we?
How much longer have we been flying during all this?
I'm sorry, is Berkin flying this thing?
No,
You're
right.
no
It
one
was
is.
flying this thing.
You're still heading there.
Okay,
Still
so
got like 20 to 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes.
all right, so I reposition myself on the seat. So Lurd is on one side of him. I'm on the other side of him, and he's in between us. KO's driving this thing. So I reposition myself, so I'm kind of like sitting sideways, so I'm facing him. I go, okay, full transparency here, all right? What we're doing here is we are infiltrating Geeta the Hutt's territory. We need this ship because it's the fastest one that we have available to us right now. Now, we're not technically taking it away from your possession because you're here with us right now. You can't argue that, can you? Didn't think so. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go down there. We're going to take care of our business, and you're going to stay with the ship because it's your ship. And then we're going to come back, and we're going to fly, and we're going to park it in your lot, and nobody will be the wiser. You'll be safe. Your ship will be safe, and we can go about our business.
Well,
It really is a win-win.
Well, currently what's going to happen is if that's what you're doing, when you get out of my airspeeder, I'm going to take my airspeeder, fly it back to my dealership, and then I will be reporting to the authorities that I was kidnapped and they had stolen my ship from me. And I will give them a description of all of you, as you appear to be thieves and kidnappers. Okay, definitely.
Yeah, as soon as I see him punch him, I'm gonna also punch him for stun damage.
Yeah, just trying to knock him unconscious.
Okay, give me some attack rolls here. See if you guys can knock him out.
This has been going so well for us already as well.
So there's going to be some brawl checks.
Difficulty.
Flip some points.
Engaged 2, 1 setback die because you're in an enclosed space.
Guys, we have Destiny point.
Lurd, you do not have a setback die because you're beside him. However, Berkin, you're up in the front seat. So
I was sandwiching him. So take a setback die.
Yeah, he said he moved back and like we were sandwiching on the seat, so we can both take a setback die if we're jammed in there.
Take a setback die for the enclosed space on your brawl checks.
Are you guys seriously not going to use any Destiny points?
Yeah, and then sorry, what was the difficulty?
Difficulty's 2 for engaged range.
Yeah. How many Destiny points do we have? Because I'm going to flip one.
You got 4 light and 2 dark.
I'm going to flip one. Oh, right. It's all up to you, Berkin. You can do this. Yes. So I pull my hand back, and right when he's in the middle of a sentence, I just like cold clock him right in the forehead. 1 success and 1 advantage in the attempt to knock him out.
Okay, so how much strain damage do you end up doing here?
Looks like 4 points of strain damage.
Yeah, Lurd follows up with or attempts to follow up with a quick second punch, but rolls 3 failure and 1 advantage.
Okay, so Berkin takes a swing, makes contact with him kind of in his face. It shocks him a little bit as he was not expecting to be punched. He immediately tenses up. Lurd, as you make contact with his large whale-like body, you can feel that there seems to be nothing but muscle under his thick skin. And he is going to quickly counter punch you in the face, Berkin. And he's got the setback die.
Oh.
He rolls a threat, so it's difficult for him to move his large body in here, and he ends up punching the window.
You say he's unbalanced, so he's at a setback on his. Can we get a boost on our next go?
Yeah, you guys can take boosts on your next go, and if you wish to punch again, you guys may try to punch again. Jesus fucking Christ!
If Crawley gets another go, can KO try to lie erratically to throw him off?
Sure.
I'm going to take advantage of this to take out my blaster carbine, set it on stun.
Okay.
There we go.
It's on stun.
Okay.
What's the difficulty on this one?
You're gonna shoot this. You're shooting your gun here, right? Is that what's happening? All right.
This may not go well. It's already not going well. What's the worst that could happen?
Also, if I'm not mistaken, he hasn't turned off the comms, so I'm going to guess Booga is getting all this.
Yes, he is privy to all of this.
So there's a record of our crimes. All right, so cool. So we're going to be spending the rest of this session in jail, I'm going to guess.
So your blaster carbine, is that a light or a heavy weapon?
It says range. Oh, shit. I'll use my blaster pistol then. It's a ranged light.
Right, so it's going to be 2 difficulty.
Does your blaster pistol have a stun setting?
Sure does.
And one of those purples is going to be a red as I flip a destiny point.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, well.
Just let us do cool things.
You got to say
I'm
you're
letting you do things.
Okay.
If you think kidnapping and Grand Theft Airspeeder is cool, so I'm letting you do it.
Oh, God.
I just wanted to take the cargo truck.
All right. So, he is kind of like, he threw a punch. I kind of duck out of the way, and he kind of like has fallen across. So, yeah, I extricate myself out enough that I can take out my blaster pistol, and while holding it kind of awkwardly toward this mass of muscle, I turn it on stun and fire at him with 2 successes, and that's it. That's 8 points of strain.
Okay. That is enough to knock him unconscious. So he falls over slump as blue blasts spray from your blaster pistol. And Boogaroo is like, did I just hear a blaster? Guys,
turn off the communicator.
Everything's fine here. How are you?
We're all fine now. How are you?
Okay, you turn off the communicator, and then about 4 seconds later, Berkin, you're getting a call on your communicator.
Don't answer it.
I answer it.
Hey, Berkin, did you tell me you guys did not shoot Crawley?
We did not shoot Crawley. Don't worry, everything's fine. We're going to turn around very, very quickly. Don't worry, everything's fine. Okay.
Okay. I 100% heard a blaster shot.
That's a really rough neighborhood that you guys are situated in. You really should think of relocating. What?
Yeah. I'll shoot my blaster at the window a couple of times as you're saying that.
Okay.
There's shots coming from everywhere.
What is happening? Also, I'm going to need checks from you two. So, Berkin and Lurd, can you give me deception checks, please? Difficulty is going to be hard because Boogaroo is used to calling people's bullshit.
Yeah, I'm going to flip a point.
Sure.
I rolled 1 failure and 1 threat.
Okay.
God damn it.
Man, you guys are hot trash with these dice tonight.
This is the worst. Okay, so I also fail, but I have 1 advantage.
Okay. Lurd, you may take a strain, and Berkin, you may heal a strain. But you both fail. None of this seems to click and resonate with Boogaroo. You have a strong sense that he knows that you're bullshitting him.
I have the advantage that he realizes that this is kind of his fault.
He does not realize that, okay?
Or that he's willing to give us a little bit of a play before he actually pulls on the leash.
That's some bullshit, dude.
Okay, whatever.
KO lands this thing. KO wants to land the airspeeder right now, right where basically at the next possible opportunity we are dumping this guy before we get to our destination.
You land it. You're about 10 minutes out of Tarbu's territory.
Get him out of our vehicle.
Okay.
Well, we're just going to leave him?
I hold up my finger. Boogaroo, it's been swell. We'll contact you once we have some more information. Don't worry. Your friend is fine. The ship is fine. It's a fantastic ship.
Did I just hear you say that you're going to throw him on the side of the road?
I did not say that. And I hang up.
Why was the comm still open?
Okay. So, Boogaroo continues trying to call.
I've put it on silent.
KO will haul him out himself then.
Okay, so you drag Crawley's limp, stunned body onto the streets randomly.
Yep.
Why are we leaving him for dead? I mean, he's going to get stabbed and robbed.
He'll be fine. It's a fine, upstanding neighborhood we're in.
Did you hear all those gunshots earlier?
I don't think we've gotten any indication that people just murder people aimlessly on the streets around here. So I think he'll be okay.
Kind of establishment where establishments are around us right now.
You are in the slums, notable territory between 2 Hutt crime lords. Black Sun is known to roam the streets. You know they operate here. In addition, there is a number of rogue droids operating out of the area. Not only that, there are droids that are rogue but are being controlled by a master slicer, and you have been told that they are harming people.
Yeah, is there like a cafeteria, right? Like a cafe or a diner?
So he might get mugged or roughed up. I still see I've heard nothing that says that people are just, there's bands of murderers roaming the streets, killing indiscriminately.
There are places that you could drop him. If everyone wishes, they could give me streetwise checks to determine if where a safe location to dump this Herglick off would be.
KO, fine. We can leave him on the street. That's fine. But at least let's get him indoors.
Average difficulty.
KO thinks that right here is fine. He will be fine. This is a fine, safe location. KO also rolled 3 failures on his roll.
Third rolled 2 success, 1 threat.
Also, if he happens to die, then that, you know what? It helps our cause. He won't be able to press charges.
Okay. Lurd and Berkin, both of you know that just leaving him on the side of the street, it's not going to be safe at all for him. Any number of things can happen. You can't say exactly what those things would be, but chances are not great. There is a number of so-called homeless people living out here, but it's the slums. Kind of everyone here is homeless. So it's kind of a free-for-all. So he's likely to lose his possessions. And that's the most likely thing, is he's likely to get robbed with a slim chance of him being, killed or beaten up or kidnapped.
Okay, so I take all of his stuff.
Oh my God. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
I look over at KO and Laird. It's just so it doesn't get taken from anyone on the street. We'll give it back to him when we come by to pick him up. It's not going to be a problem, all right?
I mean, we did already steal a ship from him.
We're borrowing a ship. There's a fine line that I am not willing to cross. We are not stealing this ship. I have every intention that this is going to go back into his hands.
There's witnesses to us stealing it. It's been stolen. Even if you give something back after you've stolen it, it's still stolen.
So I take all of the possessions from Crawley and I hand it over to Laird.
You're leaving him defenseless. Should we tie him up while we're at it then?
Laird, here, you take care of it then.
Does he have any weapons?
He does not have any weapons. He's got a number of keys on him. He also has his clothes.
Oh my God damn.
He has personal effects. So he's got like his identification and his data pad. He's got a little satchel of small tools, just like random stuff, random everyday items you might be carrying if you are working in a car dealership.
Well, Laird gets back in with the stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, KO resumes his pilot seat.
I'll sit in the back seat with my arms crossed with a sullen expression on my face.
This was your idea.
It was. Yes, that's correct. However, I did not expect that it was going to go so quickly awry. He's going to be fine out here so long as there's nothing that's worth any value on him. As soon as someone found something that was worth something, that there's a chance that he'd get himself killed. So we're actually doing him a service by taking these things. We'll give it back to him. It's not a problem. I am 100% certain that when this is all said and done, everyone will be friends and we'll laugh about this in the next time we go over to Boogaroo's.
I got nothing. I don't believe him whatsoever. This is KO has no intention of ever returning to Boogaroo at this point or Crawley's shop, given that the authorities will likely be, or somebody with guns will be waiting for us.
Okay, so you drop him off, you rob him, leave him hanging out, and then you take back to the skies, and in about 10 more minutes, you find yourselves arriving in Tarbu's territory. It's not like there's nothing that firmly marks it as Tarbu's territory. It's just roughly where the coordinates that Boogaroo gave you, where he was leading you to. Actual boundary lines you'll have to figure out while you're here. And that's where we'll call it for tonight. Definitely not securing his possessions. That's definitely robbing him after you've kidnapped him and stole his property and then left him for dead on the streets.
Yeah, there's no way to spin this.
No, well, we can put all this stuff in the car thing, and then does it have like an autopilot where we can just get it to drive itself back?
No,
we
man.
Ghost them.
You guys are forgetting the part where I was going to blow this sucker up.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that part.
I just wanted to take the cargo van.
I am so sorry, guys. This totally went sideways on me.
Uh-huh.